Today, what's there today? There's a memorial at the site.
There, the park. There's a cupola, which is the only remaining part of the original consolidated school, and that was then transferred to the a cousin's school, and now that remains in the Memorial Park, the location of the school bombing. There's a plaque on a stone, and it's a beautiful, serene area now.
So there's a Memorial Park, and again, it's north of Lansing on I-69. You
Yes.
get off at the Bath exit and go to Bath, and it's
right downtown.
Right downtown. I visited it a few years ago. It's very, very nice. What are the lessons for us for today? Is there anything we can learn from this at all, or is it just a horrible story?
It's a horrible story. This isn't reassuring, but no matter how prepared you are, evil people can perpetrate horrible actions. And what I think what comes out is how the community responded to it. That's kind of the lesson to take, is no matter where you're getting side-blinded from, that the community can rally and can go on and recognize that these horrible actions are not going to change who the people are. They're not going to change the families. The makeup might be a little bit different, but the community survives and the community goes on.
The community has moved forward, and what would be the nature of Bath today? Is it still a farming community, or there?
It is a bit of a farming community, but Bath's on its way up. Bath, it's a kind of a bit of a bedroom community, and there are people from the Lansing area and East Lansing that commute up there, and it's a nice little, still a very a small town, very quaint.
Do you know why it's called Bath?
I believe it is from some of the original settlers who came from Bath, England, is where it actually gets its name. No, I don't believe there's hot springs up there.
Unfortunately. Now, have you had a chance to meet any of the survivors, or?
No, I have not. I have not met any of the survivors. I'm going to actually this weekend. We have an event at the library. The author of the new book, The Bath Massacre.
You should tell us a little bit about the book that's coming out, and your involvement in assisting.
Well, I just assisted with some information. New book is The Bath Massacre by Arnie Bernstein, an author from Chicago who's written mostly Midwestern stories. And he's been working on this for a couple years and has done multiple interviews with a few of the survivors. And they're going to be at a few will be at the library this Saturday. We're having a local history showcase, and he is presenting on his book. It's actually the Michigan premiere.
And so the Michigan premiere, okay.
Right.
So the book is newly available, or will be soon.
Yes.
You can probably find it online.
Amazon. It's from the University of Michigan Press.
Have you had a chance to read it yet?
I have.
And what are your observations on the book?
It was hard. I mean, it's a great read. It moved very fast. I sat and read it in one afternoon. I couldn't put it down, but I kept having to go outside and look at the sunshine and go watch my kid play for a minute to come back to it. It is not for faint-hearted, but it's an important story, and it's well written, so it moves. It moves like a news story when you're reading it.
You like Michigan history. You and I share that passion. Why is it important to talk about things like this and about local history in general?
It's a recognition of where not just the community comes from, but not just our ancestors, but where the community gets its roots and where our businesses and education are coming from, to understand where we're going. What is, history is not from this present moment into the future. It's from 100, 200 years ago into the future. And there's a line that goes through there, and we have to recognize where we started from to recognize where we're going and which way we have to bend the board a bit to get where we want to be.
Are you asked to talk in classrooms? often, from time to time?
From time to time.
Michigan history is taught in the 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
You have the local history room. Do you get students?
I do. I've gone out the past couple years to different Lansing area schools, and I'm starting to work a bit with the some schools in Okemos as well. Do
you think 4th graders, is that the appropriate time to teach Michigan history?
Oh, sure. No, I think that they are still able to absorb the wonder of the history and to be very interested in something if they've never been exposed to this. History is not a hard concept because it's a story, but the subtleties and ramifications of understanding the larger picture are things that you will absorb, 20, 30 years later. Recognizing the story of the American Revolution, a 4th grader can get that, but still, a 70-year-old person is still going to get little bits of that and little bits of truths out of the story later on, the more details that you flesh out.
What's the next project you're going to be working on?
Oh, I've got a number of ongoing projects. Right now I'm working on a oral history project for the Lansing area that's going to be wrapping up pretty soon. I work with the Lansing 150. It's the 150 years since the incorporation of the city of Lansing, and there's a big celebration this year. I'm 2/3 of the way through a photo exhibit, which is in City Hall right now. The second third, it's 150 photos, 150 years. We're large old photos that we have digitized and writing captions for. They're going to be around town as well. Ongoing projects with old photographs and maps, which are both two favorites of mine, to make those available and to find out who are in all the old photos. So many people collect photos and of their family and never leave any information as to who this person was.
Mm-hmm. You got the picture, but who are these people?
Right. Maybe we can find a house that in the area or a business and make some sort of connection. But that's an ongoing project that's never going to end, is trying to describe and make available all the resources that we have for the area.
My guest is David Votta. He is the history librarian at the Capital District Library. We've been talking about the Bath school bombing, a new book about it, and some other things. We just have a couple minutes left, David. Is there any kind of summary you want to give us about the Bath school disaster?
And it's hard to even give the recognition that this was the largest school killing in U.S. history. But I think the more important story behind it is how the community rallied to support the community of Bath and recovered from this, and to try and all the parts that came together to support them, how the Red Cross actually changed how they operate because of this incident. And this is used as a case study. I'm contacted by people from Homeland Security and from other federal agencies for information about this, so that they can change how their first responders write their procedures.
And to learn more, visit the Capital District Library in Lansing, or you can read the book, mm-hmm. the Bath
Bath Massacre,
or you can stop at the memorial in Bath, Michigan, north of Lansing on I-69. So David, thanks so much for being on my program. This is State Senator Tom George. This has been my program, Current Events. Thanks for watching. I'll be back next week.